My memory of it was, people starting to do other things, and Gilda, Billy did meatballs, and there was the blue. My chronology is going to be a little fucked up here, but there's the Blues Brothers, was Animal House, and Gilda wanted something to do on her own, and first there was an album, and it was never released. It was overproduced, or
She actually recorded an album.
yeah, you would have to ask Lorne, who produced it, and Paul Schaefer. There was an album. It was never released. It was decided, let's do a Broadway one-woman show. And so it was at the Winter Garden Theater. I want to say summer of '79. Bunch of writers, the ones who had written for Gilda. So there was Rosie Schuster and Ann Beats and Marilyn Miller. There was me, Paul Schaefer, who had written great songs with Gilda, like Candy Slice and some other ones that are in that show. Michael O'Donoghue wrote this brilliant show, a song called Talk Dirty to the Animals, which is hilarious. Don Novello was also in the show. He was sort of the interstitial during Gilda's wardrobe changes.
As Guido Sarducci.
As Guido Sarducci, and there was a group called Rouge, three women who sang. They were backup singers. They were funny, and there was a show. And like I said, it was at the Winter Garden, and then it was filmed as a feature that Mike Nichols directed. And I think the show that you see in the film was shot up in Boston in a theater up there. All the exteriors are over here.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it was a union, I don't know what it was, okay? But I remember there were 7 cameras, and we went to Boston, and he shot the show up there.
Do you recall, obviously, because you probably would have had one of the closest, if not the closest relationship to Gilda through this process, how she felt sort of kind of being out front and center on her own for the first time?
I think it was a double-edged sword. I think she craved it on the one hand, and she ate up the adoration and the reception that she got every night. I think the critics were unkind, and that hurt. Rex Reed was mean, and whoever, her popularity superseded that. She still filled the place up, but she was lonely. And Robin and I got engaged the opening night of the show. We announced it. Okay, so I want to say either August 1st or August 2nd of 1979 it opened. And whichever one was the opening night, Robin's family and my family was going to be there. So we said, okay, we'll announce to the family. Later that summer, now if you're talking about the beginning of August, there's not that much more summer left. I remember after telling Gilda that we were engaged, shortly afterwards she got engaged to G.E. Smith, who was in the band. Which was great because when she did the show, it was one of those things, almost like this melodramatic B movie. Somebody who's getting applauded by 2,000 people, and then they go home to their own apartment by themselves, So it gave her a bit of a home life and a place to go, and then that didn't work out, and then she ultimately married Gene Wilder.